Now here it is, Liberty Call.
So my name is Bill. I've been a volunteer on the Slater since 1997, since the ship came here to the Port of Albany. I came to the Slater the first day they gave tours. I had heard about it on the news and said, a World War II ship coming to Albany, I have to go there. And I waited online, took the tour, and then when the tour was over, I said, okay, how do I volunteer to be a tour guide? I'm I love talking about World War II in the Navy. It's been my passion since I was a little kid. I served in the Navy, and I've worked as a tour guide. So it was all a perfect fit. It was absolutely perfect for me to be a tour guide on the World War II ship here in Albany. So I was in the Navy. I served one enlistment, 1985 to 1989. I did 6 months of schooling, and then I was a security guard for Fleet Air Reconnaissance Squadron 4, based in Patuxent River Naval Air Station. And then I transferred and was assigned to the battleship Iowa, and I was an OS on the Iowa for 2 years. My father joined the Navy just at the end of the war, so that's where I got my Navy inspiration. I had 3 uncles that were in the Army in World War II, and one uncle that was in the Navy that was actually on a landing craft on Omaha Beach on D-Day. So I did have a lot of family connection to World War II. I love talking about this with the visitors. I just love talking to people who don't know a lot about the Navy or don't know a lot about World War II. I love educating them. I love giving them a very personal touch and talking about this stuff to people who don't know it so well. Um, well, since I was an operations specialist, which is a radar operator essentially, I love going to CIC and talking about World War II CIC. I really enjoy the being in the berthing compartment and talking about the life of the sailors. I talk about what life was like for them in World War II and what life was like for me in the 1980s, and then sometimes I try to bring it to date. Last year I had 2 sailors that were actually in the Navy at the time, so they were able to give me some more insight into what life is like now compared to the 1980s and World War II. Oh, mostly I've learned that although the technology's changed, I don't think there's a whole lot of difference between a sailor's life in World War II and in modern times. I just find that fascinating. I think one of the things that I really remember was I gave a tour to a guy who told me his father had served on this ship in Greece. And I thought that was really cool. And he came back at the end of the day because was he took the tour while his girlfriend was running in a road race in Watervliet. And at the end of the day, he came back because he wanted to take pictures and send them to his father. So I thought that was fantastic that there was such a personal connection to it. That's one of the most memorable things. I like teaching the kids. I like having the kids come on the ship, and I like getting them in the pilot house and they can play with the wheel, or getting them up on the 40 millimeters and turning the guns around. Those are the fun parts of the tours. Actually, I end my tour by I solicit donations, but I also tell people, if you have any experience that would help us, we'd love to have you volunteer. If you want to come and be a tour guide, or if you have some kind of skill to help with the restoration of the ship, please let us know. And that's how I end my tour. I don't think it fits. I don't think a tank would fit. You'd have to change the name of the museum.